Today's top stories. 4D CT aids parathyroid adenoma localization. Lateralisation. One man diagnosed with prostate cancer every 8 minutes. Investors sneak peek. Can this AI tool spot the science that will lead to patents? Moderna cancer vaccine stops melanoma returning. What's next for personalized treatments? Astronaut vest cuts radiation exposure in half. This yeast supplement may boost cancer-fighting immunity. This shark can live 400 years. Its eyes barely seem to age. Peppermint oil lowers blood pressure in just 20 days. Exercise may work better for keeping weight off than losing it. And quitting alcohol may prime the brain for relapse. We start with 4D CT aids parathyroid adenoma localization, lateralisation. 4D CT aids parathyroid adenoma localization, lateralisation. TOPLINE second-line multiphase CT, four-dimensional 4D CT. Provided high specificity and reliable diagnostic accuracy for localizing and lateralizing parathyroid adenomas in patients with primary hyperparathyroidism, PHPT, who had negative or discordant first-line imaging with technetium-99M, 99MTC. Bound to 6-methoxysobutylsonitrile, MIBI, single-photon emission CT, SPECT-CT, and ultrasound, US. Yields a retrospective study showed. Methodology. Researchers conducted a retrospective cohort study including 73 patients with PHPT, mean age, 56.2 years, 79.5% women, who underwent multiphase contrast-enhanced CT neck imaging between 2019 and 2023 following negative or discordant dual-tracer 99M TC Sestimib SPECT CT and US results. Patients were divided into two cohorts. A negative cohort, 19 patients with no adenoma localized on either US or other scans, and a discordant cohort, 54 patients with one negative study, contradictory results, or equivocal findings including a low suspicion for a lesion. Multiphase CT acquisition included a 3-phase protocol with an initial non-contrast scan, followed by an arterial phase at 30 seconds and a delayed phase at 80 seconds after. One man diagnosed with prostate cancer every 8 minutes. The number of men living with prostate cancer in the UK has surged by 100,000 since 2020, a charity has said. Macmillan Cancer Support said the latest figures show more than 68,000 men are newly diagnosed in the UK each year, the equivalent of one diagnosis every 8 minutes. The charity's latest estimates show there are now around 600,000 men living with prostate cancer in the UK, compared with around 500,000 in 2020. It said prostate cancer is the most common type of cancer diagnosed in the UK. Symptoms often absent in early stages, Macmillan says the charity has warned that myths surrounding the disease could be preventing men from getting checked. Dr. Anthony Cunliffe, lead medical advisor at Macmillan Cancer Support, said, "One of the biggest misunderstandings I hear is that feeling well means you cannot have prostate cancer. Many people are surprised to learn that, in reality, prostate cancer often develops without symptoms in its early stages, which is why it's important to have a conversation with your GP if you're worried." The charity said some men with the disease will not see symptoms for many years, and symptoms usually occur when the cancer is large enough to press on. Investors sneak peek. Can this AI tool spot the science that will lead to patents? Thank you for visiting nature.com. You are using a browser version with limited support for CSS. To obtain the best experience, we recommend you use a more up-to-date browser or turn off compatibility mode in Internet Explorer. In the meantime, to ensure continued support, we are displaying the site without styles and JavaScript. Investors and technology transfer offices expend enormous effort trying to spot commercially promising research before it reaches the point of patenting. Now, a machine learning tool is aiming to speed up this process by scoring how patent-like a scientific paper is months or years before any deal, patent filing, or spin-off company reveals its commercial potential, and it's one of many proffering the same capability. The tool, called the Translation Readiness Index, TRI, performs a linguistic analysis of a paper's title and abstract. It then measures how similar a paper's vocabulary is to publications that have previously been paired with patents. The method was developed by researchers at the data analytics firm League of Scholars in Sydney, Australia. The work was posted as a preprint on Archive1 and has not yet been peer-reviewed. It's a new way. Moderna cancer vaccine stops melanoma returning. What's next for personalized treatments? Thank you for visiting nature.com. You are using a browser version with limited support for CSS. To obtain the best experience, we recommend you use a more up-to-date browser or turn off compatibility mode in Internet Explorer. In the meantime, to ensure continued support, we are displaying the site without styles and JavaScript. A personalized mRNA vaccine for melanoma reduced the risk of the cancer returning in a phase III clinical trial. The companies behind the trial announced this week. The vaccine, which relies on the same mRNA technology used to develop COVID-19 shots, is the first mRNA-based cancer treatment to show success in a late-stage trial. It's incredibly exciting, says Seth Cheetham, an mRNA scientist at the University of Queensland in Brisbane, Australia. This is the first really large-scale trial to release data for a personalized mRNA cancer vaccine. The results put it a step closer to regulatory approval for wider use and could bolster the whole field, he adds. Marco Gerlinger, a medical oncologist at St. Bartholomew's Hospital in London, says the study provides proof of principle that personalized cancer vaccines work. This is important as they can be Astronaut vest cuts radiation exposure in half. Access Options Access Nature, and 54 other Nature portfolio journals get Nature Plus. Our best value online access subscription, $32.99/30 days, cancel anytime, subscribe to this journal, receive 52 print issues, and online access $199 per year, only $3.83 per issue rent, or buy this article. Prices vary by article type from $1.95 to $39.95. Prices may be subject to local taxes, which are calculated during checkout. DOI. https://doi.org/10 1038/D41586-026-02556-8 References Huri, J. M. et al. Sci. Adv. 12, eds. 1892, 2026. This yeast supplement may boost cancer-fighting immunity. This yeast supplement may boost cancer-fighting immunity. Date: August 22, 2026. Source: Trinity College Dublin. Summary: a simple yeast-based food supplement may help restore the immune system's ability to fight cancer, according to new research in mice. Scientists found that yeast beta-glucan reprogrammed early immune cells in the bone marrow, leading to stronger, longer-lasting cancer-fighting responses against colorectal, skin, and breast cancer cells. Share: researchers at Trinity College Dublin and University College Dublin, UCD, have found that a yeast-based dietary supplement can strengthen immune cells involved in fighting cancer in mice. In experiments with obese laboratory mice, the researchers found that adding the supplement to the animals' diets changed the way immune cells developed and produced stronger cancer-fighting responses. Obesity can interfere with immune function, making it more difficult for the body to respond effectively to tumors. The new findings suggest that a yeast-based supplement could potentially help restore some of that lost immune activity. The research was published in the scientific journal Cell Reports. The study was led by Freder. This shark can live 400 years. Its eyes barely seem to age. This shark can live 400 years. Its eyes barely seem to age. The 400-year-old Greenland shark may hold surprising secrets to keeping eyes healthy for a lifetime. Date: August 22, 2026. Source: University of California, Irvine. Summary: Greenland sharks may live for 400 years without suffering the kind of retinal decline normally associated with aging. Researchers found healthy eye tissue and active proteins specially adapted for seeing blue light in the dim Arctic depths. DNA repair mechanisms may help keep their eyes functioning across centuries. The discovery could eventually offer new clues for protecting human vision as we age. Share: Dorota Skowronska Kroksik watches a Greenland shark glide slowly through the dark waters of the Arctic on her computer screen. You see it move its eye, says the University of California Irvine Associate Professor of Physiology and Biophysics, pointing to the footage. The shark is tracking the light. It's fascinating. Greenland sharks are the longest-living vertebrates known to science, with some individuals surviving for as long as 400 years. They have thick gray bodies, small heads, and short, rounded snouts. They're cloudy-looking. Peppermint oil lowers blood pressure in just 20 days. Peppermint oil lowers blood pressure in just 20 days. Date: August 22, 2026. Source: University of Lancashire. Summary: peppermint oil may have an unexpected benefit for people with mildly high blood pressure. Adults who took a small dose twice daily for 20 days saw their systolic blood pressure fall by an average of 8.5 mmHg, while a placebo group showed little change. Researchers say the inexpensive oil could eventually provide a simple additional option for managing elevated blood pressure. Share. Daily peppermint oil may offer a simple way to reduce mildly elevated blood pressure, according to new research. Researchers at the University of Lancashire found that taking 100 microliters of peppermint oil twice a day for 20 days reduced systolic blood pressure, the top number in a blood pressure reading, by an average of 8.5 mmHg. The findings, published in PLOS 1, suggest peppermint oil could provide a simple, inexpensive, and well-tolerated option for people with slightly elevated blood pressure. A potential low-cost approach to blood pressure, lead author Dr. Johnny Sinclair, reader in Sport and Health Sciences, said, "High blood pressure is one of the biggest causes. Exercise may work better for keeping weight off than losing it. Exercise may work better for keeping weight off than losing it." Date: August 22, 2026. Source: The Conversation's Summary. Exercise may not be a powerful weight loss tool on its own, but it appears to play a much bigger role in preventing lost weight from returning. By preserving muscle, supporting metabolism, improving fat burning, and regulating appetite and blood sugar, regular activity can make long-term weight maintenance easier. Share. The basic principle of weight loss is straightforward. If you consume fewer calories than you burn, you'll lose weight. In practice, though, this isn't usually so easy or simple. Alongside counting calories or eating smaller portions, many people add exercise into the equation when trying to lose weight to help tip the balance. Yet research shows that exercise may only have modest effects on weight loss. But before you ditch your workouts, it's important to note that exercise still plays a really important role when it comes to health, perhaps especially in keeping the pounds off after reaching your goal weight. There are several processes that help explain why exercise doesn't always result in huge amounts of weight loss. Exercise Ka. Quitting alcohol may prime the brain for relapse. Quitting alcohol may prime the brain for relapse. Date: August 22, 2026. Source: The Conversation's Summary. Mice that developed compulsive drinking after alcohol abstinence showed more than double the activity in a brain region associated with stress and addiction. Because the signal appeared before they drank again, researchers think it could eventually help predict who is most at risk of relapse. Share. For some, abstaining from alcohol can subsequently increase compulsive drinking. Our research team found that, in abstaining mice, this urge to drink is preceded by changes in the activity of a particular brain region, pointing to potential new screening opportunities to identify and help those most vulnerable to relapse. Although alcohol abstinence is associated with improved health outcomes, addiction researchers have theorized that brain changes that occur during abstinence may increase a person's risk of relapse. To explore this theory, we studied how mice behaved after giving them long-term voluntary access to alcohol followed by a forced abstinence period. We found that a subset of the mice developed aversion-resistant alcohol intake. That is, they now drank alco. That's all for this news briefing. Thanks for listening. Also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button.